All right, so just a little heads up. So this mod, initially I tested on PC, and the first, I'd say first 50 minutes or so, I had no issues on PC. Issues started to arise on Xbox. So if you would like to kind of see where things start to shift for me regarding the mod, I would skip to around the 58-59 minute mark when I swap to Xbox. Obviously, if you want to watch the whole video, I would very much appreciate that. But if you're just looking at the brass tacks of things, because I wouldn't want somebody to watch the initial kind of 40 minutes, be like, this is a cool mod, I'm going to download it. Because the first playthrough is basically on a PC that's pretty decent specs, so no issues showed themselves. Obviously, Xbox is a completely different matter. There is some profanities and some anger directed kind of at the mod author, so that is something to kind of prepare yourself for. I do apologize, it's not my usual format, and I was actually initially enjoying the mod and had high hopes, but that went out the window. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll hopefully watch to the end. Bye bye. Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. It's that time of the week again. We've got some paid mods to check out. So we're going to be checking out the Icarus device by Winterhawk. This is a quest mod that eventually gives you an item that allows you to fly without a boost pack, and also the means to set your ship to hover. So this is 300 credits. It's about €3, $3, about £2. You don't have that, you have to spend a minimum of 500, pack about $5. Now I will say, Winterhawk has made some mods in the past, the Digipick Overhaul and the Roll Your Own Start. I have checked out both of them, and I wasn't really a fan of either of them. But I will go in here as unbiased as a human can be. I am interested, obviously, anything that kind of messes with the ship and adds new ship abilities I'm interested in. Just looking at the description, I'll be testing this on both Xbox and PC. The mod author does mention like that that performance-wise they have a decent rig and had no issues, but the flying script requires updating 5 times a second, and if you have a potato PC, they can make no guarantees. I will say, that's not the best thing to hear when you're about to hand over money to the mod author. So we'll go through the quest on PC and do some testing on PC, and then we'll swap over to Xbox to test some of the features. If I do find that certain parts kind of seem a bit finicky, I might do the quest on Xbox, depending on how long the quest is. But anyway, let's jump into it, shall we? All right, so we're here on Neon. So apparently we need to go across to the elevator and then turn right. I'm just gonna kind of walk normally. Hello.
I need to talk.
No, you don't. This is my first time to Neon on this save. Just my modding save. I've got Cora with me, Starborn Cora. If anybody's wondering how I got her, console commands. I will say I did attempt to make a mod to make her a follower. It didn't work. I broke my CK. All right, turn right and look for a. Oh, you found a crumpled note. Okay, that was easy. All right. Icarus device, you found a crumpled note. Read it. Bum, bum, bum. Notes. A creased flyer crackles under your boot. You stood to pick it up. Best prices for your books guaranteed. Looking for these titles in good or better condition. Ungravitic Anomalies by Dr. Ulfric Tanzer. The Gravity Paradigm by Dr. Josephine Inatu, The Fruit Seller by Paul Lamont, and Tales of Space and Time by H.G. Wells. This contains a little smudge with the poster. Contact info is illegible. There's a bookstore. You might earn a few credits if the store has any of these titles. Okay. Alright, so we gotta head to Aquila City now and go to place. Interesting. To Cheyenne we go. We're gonna head to the book place and we'll be right back. Alright. So we are oh, there's a map marker. Very nice. We're heading to Sinclair's books.
Could I get the digital copy of the things I buy
If you
here?
ever find an old Earth printing of City of God,
I have been looking for ages.
Lexi yourself.
Take your time.
Okay, so what are we looking for? We were looking for on gravitic anomalies. I believe that's the one we were looking for. Alright. But we needed one of
That's
them.
no way to run a business.
Okay, we needed to buy on gravitic anomalies. Read it. Alright. On gravitic anomalies, the evidence for natural field distortion by Ulfric Tanzer. Excerpt from the book's foreword. This book brims with new ideas and insight. Dr. Tanzer, who holds doctorates in both geophysics and quantum engineering, shares his theory about a certain gravitic anomaly he encountered during his tenure as chief geoscientist at Argus Extractors. In his own words, gravity is one of the most studied forces in modern physics, but it remains mysterious. We use it, but with an imperfect understanding. We surf its waves between the stars, but only through the agency of inconceivably complex machinery. But there may be a simpler means to bend gravity to our will. During my time at Argos, I reviewed countless planetary surveys as the company searched for new resources. In that survey data, there were occasional anomalous distortions in local gravitational fields. Typically, these readings were written off as equipment glitches. I am convinced they were something else entirely. Gravity-altering natural phenomena. The book, in the summation of my findings and their implications, I hope you find it as exciting, as compelling as the data inspired. The book continues for 706 more pages, most of which are filled with incomprehensible diagrams and ice-searing equations. However, there are data tables with planetary names and distortion readings. Scanning these, you may note that the strongest distortions were recorded on Procyon III. Okay. So we're heading to Procyon III. So I will say from what I'm gathering, the concept, now it may just be that Crimson is I was doing a lot of, we gotta scan the planet. Unidentified anomaly. I was doing a lot of reading recently for an upcoming video, potentially, talking, where I talk about grav drives and whatnot. And was kind of comparing them to Halo and also to Mass Effect. Now, Mass Effect's faster than light travel. I'm gonna really quickly wait, just because it's dark. But Mass Effect, in order to fast travel or travel faster than light, because according to the laws of physics, an object with mass can hope to reach faster than light. Whereas in Mass Effect, they use element 0 to essentially make the ship weightless, massless, basically. Which technically, because I believe we have discovered we've launched maybe not atoms. I apologize. I'm like a very amateur. I have an amateur interest in science stuff, but I know that we've launched specific objects to the speed of light. I don't know if it's particles, I think, of some sort. But yeah, so this obviously it kind of seems a little bit similar using gravity. Well, not similar necessarily, but the idea of kind of using gravity to kind of distort your mass, which I think is what it's attempting to do. So we're gonna head and check this out. But I will say I'm excited just because it allows you to kind of fly without a boost pack. I'm assuming beeping. I don't know what that beeping is. We're playing on extreme just because I want to test how hard this really is. So this mod, it adds... Oh, hello. It adds 2 new features. Hello. How are you doing? You locked me into a corner and I can't reload. Sir, do you mind? Sir, do you mind? So it adds 2 new features. It adds the... For fuck's sake, reload! It adds the ability to fly, essentially, without a boost pack. And then I believe your ship can hover. Which I'm more interested in the hover. I want to see what the fly without a boost pack. Whether it's just going to be kind of boost pack flying, just not like kind of, you know, retextured. Bum, bum, bum. Alright. So surprisingly, these guys don't hit too hard. On extreme, you always have to be very cautious with, I'm gonna say this now, he's gonna one-hit me. No, he didn't, okay. You gotta be careful on extreme, because most creatures have a one-hit melee that will end your life. Weirdly, these don't. It's kind of interesting. Alright, so... check inside here. Hatch. Cora, can you deal with him, please? What gun do you have? I gave you a pistol. Oh, hello. Okay, he's gonna damage me. Come on now. Come on, yeah. I hate getting stun locked. Alright. What are we? Where are we? Okay, what is that? That's something. Computer? Unlock mine entry. Okay, they unlock Successful Tanzer's logs. Arrival. I began my work on Procyon III by establishing a lab at this unfinished Argos extraction site. The site is always a bad idea. The site was always a bad idea, but the corporate bean counters couldn't be convinced. During the initial phase of its development, before even the construction crane was complete, local predators devoured 4 workers. Argos reacted by installing laser turrets in the tower to keep the fauna at bay, but the critters were just the opening act. A few months after the turrets were in place, a rash of earthquakes rolled onto the site, shaking it nearly to the ground. The tremors twisted the crane as if it was foil and tossed 4-kilogram transformers around like children's toys. A massive steam vent erupted in the center of the plant, and 9 more workers died. Argos saw the writing on the wall, and the corporate suits decided to abandon the site, leaving behind everything rather than risking more dead employees and the inevitable losses by their family. Despite these mishaps, I've come here to stay in this earthquake zone among the predators. The situation unnerves me, of course, but it can't be helped. Somewhere in this half-finished mine, something is distorting the local gravity field, and I am determined to find it. So far, things have gone well. The lab went up without mishap, under the watchful eye of ecliptic mercs and the cover of the crane's turrets. My equipment appears undamaged. And now that the contractors and mercs no longer underfoot, I can begin my studies. So there is reason to hope that my stay will be fruitful and relatively uneventful. I'm initially done with all the lab gear setup and have managed to deploy battery-powered lights in the mine. Today I will do some additional exploration and take some readings. The mine's elevator is working, but for how much longer is anyone's guess. It smells of burnt insulation and groans in protest during every transit. As for the mine's main chamber, it is filled with abandoned gear, some of which should prove useful. I found no feeder shaft branching out of the chamber. However, there is a single small chamber to the left of the elevator that is currently blocked by a volcanic fissure. I note with a body on the far side of the vent. Apparently ignored or forgotten during the evacuation. As a general observation, the area is extremely unstable and I will need to proceed with caution. The past week has been busy, but hugely productive. 3 days ago, I discovered a laser cutter and a mining cart by the elevator. Since then, I've put to good use and broken through into a cave system that honeycombs the area around the mine. While exploring and distributing lights in the newly discovered tunnels, I stumbled across a chamber abundant with calamite, I think that's it. As soon as I lit the place up, my eyes latched onto the calamite crystals of such size and symmetry that I found myself dumbstruck. After the initial shock of discovery, I fell to scanning, and within moments knew I had found the object of my quest. The crystals were deeply embedded, and I feared it might not survive extraction intact. As a precaution, I decided to study it in situ, before risking the beam of a laser cutter. Turned to the lab, carted down my recording gear and set up. By the time I hit the power switch, I was begrimed and exhausted, but filled with a profound sense of accomplishment. What discoveries awaited, I could not guess, but I was certain they would secure a place for my name in all the physics texts yet to be written. I headed back to the lab with visions of speaking tours and award ceremonies swirling in my head. My daydreaming nearly killed me. By the time I became aware of claws scrabbling behind me, the owner was nearly on me. A burst of adrenaline rocketed me forward, and I reached the mine's main chamber, almost a dozen steps ahead of my pursuer. As I slammed the elevator button, one of the flower-headed predators burst in the middle mine chamber behind me. It stopped and spat at me as the elevator rose. I hunkered down, terrified. Once I was safe inside the lab, I downed a shot of scotch, spilling most of it because of my shaking. I poured a second, then third. Still an hour later, my hand still shakes. To type this journal entry, the predators have found a point of ingress in the caverns and begun to infest them. They will have to be dealt with before my work can continue, and it's not a job for a guy with my skill set. I'll need to retain professionals to clear and seal the caves. The lost time and added expense is unfortunate, but there's nothing to be done about it. Dead men don't make discoveries. Tragedy. The Ecliptic team arrived 48 hours ago, a ship and 4 mercs. Upon arrival, the ship captain sat down with me and drew up a contract for professional services. Once I signed and paid half their fee up front, the mercs went to work. The captain stayed topside and dispatched his 3-man crew along with gear chests into the mine. The 3 were all business, each member clad in a silver suit and bristling with lethal weapons. They exuded competence and looked intimidating as hell. I passed the day pacing and looking at my watch. At dusk, the mercenaries emerged dusty and blood splattered. They reported the mine was cleared and that they discovered the creature's point of ingress, a volcanic steam vent connecting the cave's network to the surface. The following morning, they would return to seal the vent and then make a last pass to dispose of any stragglers. They'd collect their pay and depart. The next morning, the 3 mercs entered the mine carrying chests of explosive. They closed the vent. I expected them to return in a few hours, but as they went on, the light dwindled. I began to worry. I wasn't the only one. The captain emerged from his ship to wait the mine enters. I joined him. Any contact? I asked. The merc shook his head. Radios were useless, he said. Too much interference. I waited with him for another half an hour, making small talk until he decided to go look for a team. I offered to come along, but he refused, saying he wouldn't be long. He wasn't. He showed up at the lab about 20 minutes later. He entered the cave, but hadn't dared venture into their depths with only a sidearm. He tried his radio again. The interference was gone, but his transmission went unanswered. He fired half a dozen rounds of his pistol, hoping the noise might draw his men to him. No one came. What will you do? I said. Report back, he answered. Protocol wouldn't let him risk his ships, so that what happened next was for the higher ups to decide. Fortunately, losses were sometimes part of the job. We shook hands, and as he prepared to leave, he offered me a ride back to civilization. I thanked him and said no. That decision may prove foolhardy, but I don't believe the mercs were killed by predators. It's far more likely that they collapsed the cave roof with their charges. That place is like rotting Swiss cheese, and the men were not skilled demolitionists. I suspect the mine claimed their lives. Whatever the case, I cannot let their fate deter me. My work is critical and must continue. I will stay on to complete it. Discovery. Oh, there's a lot of text here, but I do like it. Took a full day after Ecliptic left to screw up my courage and enter the mine. I progressed slowly, scanning for any sign of predators. By the time I reached the calamite chamber, my fear began to subside. Still, I gathered my data quickly and returned to the lab, looking over my shoulder frequently as I made my way to the surface. Back at the lab, I immersed myself in the situ data. It revealed something completely unexpected. The unique calamite crystal was not only distorting gravity, it was negating it. A 2-meter zone around the crystal was peppered with microscopic zero-G bubbles. Although I didn't understand the physics of what I was seeing, I believed I understood its source. The crystal contains a very rare isotope of Withinium-249. Atoms of the stuff have been incorporated into the crystal's lattice through some natural doping process. I examined all the other crystals I had gathered from the chamber, and none of them showed a similar structure. The large crystal was unique. Since that discovery, I've buried myself in the data, surviving on little sleep and a constant stream of strong black coffee. Michael would approve. The implications of the in-situ reading have led me to an astonishing conclusion. I believe the crystal's innate ability to nullify gravity can be magnified, focused, and projected. The mechanism to achieve this would require wrapping the crystals in a thin Withinium-249 shell, then bombarding the shell with frequency-modulated laser pulses. I believe by doing this, I can produce a device capable of projecting an anti-gravity bubble and controlling it. At this point, my excitement is beyond words. This discovery could be a breakthrough for the ages. The very capstone of my career. I shall start creating the design for a prototype at once. The Icarus device. It's done. I have the design in hand and hopefully soon a working prototype. The prototype, if successful, will be able to create a modulated gravity field around a user on demand. I've decided to christen my brainchild Icarus as a homage to one of mankind's first stories of flight. The new device will consist of 2 components, a gravity field projector and the projector's controller. The controller remains with the user while the projector will be ship-mounted to take advantage of the craft's reactor power. The controller will use standard brain-to-machine interaction via EMF, sending the user's desired movement parameters to the projector. The projector extrapolates movement vectors from these parameters to produce modulator instructions. The modulator then creates a push-pull effect around the user by generating a gravity bubble with varying G values at opposite coordinates at the on the bubble surface. I've produced a schematic for the prototype and stored it in my safe. The new device will necessarily be crude, as if I tried to use only readily available components in the construction. I believe most of the required parts can be found on site here, although I'm uncertain about the Vitinium-249. Obviously, it exists in at least trace amounts in the mine, but so far I found no deposit. That's discouraging, but not a showstopper. I know of another mine on Ceti 5 where the stuff might be found. The mine was run by an outfit called Arturian, but they folded up their tents and left 10 years ago, and the mine ran dry over the course of its life. It yielded the occasional bit of Vitinium. Perhaps some still remains. If I can't find what I need here, the Arturian mine remains an option. In the meantime, I'll plan to make a deeper foray into the caves and do some scanning. Maybe I'll get lucky. I have to say, it's all incredibly exciting. Okay. So that's pretty cool. A lot of lore there, a lot of kind of science stuff. I don't know... I don't know, like, if the science is based on... Okay, requires key. I don't know if the science is based on, like, actual scientific principle. We do know that calamite... I believe that's how you say it. So calamite is the produced around the artifacts, and also in the towers. Whoever created the tower, what is not the towers? What are they called? The kind of the ruins. Now, we know that grav drive technology was made by messing around with an artifact. I don't know, maybe someone in the comments might be able to tell me. I don't know if the artifacts specifically, if calamite is related to the artifact or just a byproduct of the artifact. I know that it's not used in grav drive making. All right, you gotta go left. Okay. So far, I'm actually very impressed. There's a lot of lore. Oh, hello. Oh, you're dead. A lot of lore. Okay, we found some calamite. Nice. More calamite. Yeah, I don't think I'm so. I'm always a big fan of, like, lore and stuff. Very dark. Alright. Silly coral bug. You can't hope to beat me. I have a rock. Oh yeah, what mods do I have in this gun? I have extended mag. Doubles the mag. What's the mag by default? 3, 2. Mag only. Oh, what the fuck are you? Hello.
I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, neither could I. Excuse me. What author does recommend bringing, like, a companion with, like, I believe they said bridger or some sort of explosive weapon? Personally, I think it's... I don't think it's too bad. Is there a weapon in here? Oh. Well, well, speaking of explosive weapons... Oh, there's one of the Ecliptic Mercs. Tracking beacon. Yeah, he did. Oh, it's very dark. Very, very dark. Okay. What the heck was that? Oh, they will. I know they will one-hit me. I'm pretty sure I gave Cora like a really good weapon, but she's
I made it. I'm safe now.
Alright, good job, Cora. Oh, I like the cave. Very cool.
You're done for.
I also like the, I'm assuming a lot of the lore, like in the terminal, is just to kind of explain why these creatures are down here. You can kind of tell they tend to, once you, I'm assuming there's like scripting points on the ground where once I pass a certain point, it's, what the fuck? Oh, once I pass a certain point, it spawns creatures. I don't even know where Cora got that weapon. Alright. Also, why is your light more powerful than mine? What the fuck? Ooh, there's another merc. He died. Med pack. Meat. Holy crap, he had 400 rounds. There, that's kind of cool. I do like that, the fact that the mod author intended on this to be a fight. So there's clearly putting a lot of...
You stay there, and everything will under attack.
Sometimes I miss Simeon. I would get him as a follower, but actually I might get him as a follower. I think I was having issues with him on another playthrough. He just wouldn't talk to me. Alright. Down there. Oh, this cave is fucking huge. We got more Calamite. Current weapon is ineffective. Wait, I think I've... Oh. Artifact readings. So far, the measurements for this unusual Calamite crystal look promising. Hugely promising. Once my in situ study is complete, I can extract from the surrounding deposit and return to my lab. Note self-retrieval laser card from the main chamber near the elevator. The crystals are slowly embedded. Okay. Bones. A lot of Calamite here. So I know in the base game, Calamite's used for some kind of high-end production materials. I haven't really used it too much. Getting there, getting there. Okay. Am I supposed to climb that? No, I'm supposed to go around that. Okay, cool.
Is someone there?
Yep, someone is there. Definitely coming. Oh, hello. Definitely come in here with a lot of ammo. I brought my long fang, you know that? I prefer the long fang. Bum bum bum. Alright, we're close to the object. I also need to be very careful because I do normally play an extreme, but usually I use the shield mod, which is a godsend for extreme because it kind of protects you from getting one-hit killed by enemies. It's an awesome mod for anyone who kind of wants a more like, obviously it's still more challenging because some NPCs will actually have the shields and stuff. Why not have? Surely I have the perk that increases meds, right? Really there. Bum. Oh, hello. I don't think Cora was able to navigate up here. Although these, it's clearly nav meshed because the creatures are able to maneuver around. Excuse me. You're dead. What is that glowing? Ooh, that's a light force from here, though. What is that? Inactive steam vent. Oh. Oh, cool. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Whoops. That's the exit, apparently. Good job, Crimson, you fucking idiot. Oh, hello. Alright, Cora, cover me. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, he's dead. God damn it. Alright, split up and look for clues. Right, you're way too fucking big for my liking. Oh. Come at me. Cora, some assistance would be very appreciated. Hey. Hey, come back here. Hello. We got him, nice. Get back. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Back we go. Noise. Maybe it's the noise of just telling me that the place isn't safe. I don't remember it sounding like that. Let's head to a safe. Oh, okay. Safe. Prototype schematic. Acquire the Icarus schematic. Alright, that's... What? Where's me go? Find an indium control rod. Okay. Going over that way. What is this? Schematic and item. Prototype schematic. This slate contains a component list and schematic for my gravitic field projector, which I've dubbed Icarus in honor of our species' first flight myth. The prototype will be crude and rarely low power, but still capable of creating a field about 3 meters in diameter. This should be more than ample to support and transport a single individual. This is my lab. I should be able to construct it. I need all of them. Okay. Alright, so we're going to his lab, apparently. I have to go back into the fucking thing? No, I don't. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, you can spit electricity. Nice. Where's Gary when you need him? I was wondering what weapon I am using. This is the laser weapon from Shattered Space. Indium control rod. Give me that. Nickel alloy manifold. Perfect. Oh. Listen, Sugar Puff. You need to relax. Find 2 photonic ID boards. Burn, motherfucker. 2... Oh, fuck's sake. Alright, we got 2 of them. Perfect. Found the 2. What do we need looking for now? Something on the roof. Find the 8 roll grade. Oh, fuck me, we're climbing. Okay, we're climbing a fucking crane, lovely. Oh, hello. Ah, shit. Okay, that's gonna be problematic. Ow. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let me... Where is my shield? Active shield. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. That's problematic. Ever so slightly. Where did my save? Alright, we'll be back. Alright, so I swapped the difficulty to normal, and they're not as bad when it's on normal, but my god, on extreme, they are fucking next level. What does that mean? What just happened? What did that say? The platform shifts beneath you, storing damaged power cables. The surge overloads one of the capacitors. What is that fucking... What does that mean in English? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I don't know what that means. I think maybe is it going to attempt to fall over? Please don't fall over. Alright. Come on, nice. Oh, shit. Fuck. We're fine. We're fine. Alright. No, 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 I don't want you to... Oh my god. I'm gonna stab someone. Uh-oh. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, we made it. What else? Find 2 advanced comm relays. Okay. You do that. Alright, so I will say I'm quite enjoying this. I like the challenge. Like, if you're playing on normal, it's obviously not too bad. If you are playing on extreme, the tower, there was, I want to say there was probably like 10 or 11 turrets. Now, if you have a sniper, you're probably set. Wouldn't be too bad. This character, I don't have a sniper, I just have one weapon. I really should kind of add more weapons to my arsenal. Let's actually see how hard these are to kill on normal. Oh yeah, they're a lot more manageable. Okay, that's not too bad. My initial kind of worry with this is like the way the mod author kind of described it being combat, like challenging. It made me think that maybe it isn't like kind of approachable to if you're low level. Now, obviously, if you're playing on extreme as a low level, it'll be a very big challenge. But on normal, as long as you have like a decent weapon, you know, that you're spec'd into and some ammo, you're kind of good to go. I got the comm relay. Now we need to find boron fiber nanotubes. Boron? Isn't boron a gas? How can you use a gas? Is that a thing? I can't tell if the mod author is just kind of going the sci-fi route of Destiny style, you know, untangling ket vectors, or like if there is actually a thing called boron nanofibers. I'll have to go inside the fucking mine. Are you serious? Okay, that's over here. Cool. Oh, he had some. Did he have some on him? All right. Search mine for exotic Caleb. Oh, I have to go back to the very end, do I? Yeah, we're gonna enter through the other side real quick just to make this easier. Let's see, what are we on? I don't know. I haven't checked what am I recording on currently. I can't currently see it just because I have like a different page open just for kind of the mod description and stuff. But I feel like we're over. I feel like it's been at least a half an hour now. It might have been more. Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, well she's dead. How did she die out here? Just fall to her death? Alright. Where's this crystal? Have to shoot it. Oh yeah, we gotta break it out. Okay, cool. Oh. Perfect. Now we need to investigate the depleted mine on Ceti. Let's head to Ceti. Fuck it, so we'll be back. Alright, we're here at Ceti. Now let's land. We gotta scan again. I've got Simeon with me. And he has a mag sniper. So we should be prepared for anything. So just landing, this area looks quite cool. Now let's exit ship. Map, bro. Map. Right, so I did see water, right? Oh, I've got them on. No. That's wrong. Perfect, okay. Alright. Simeon.
Fishy here.
Welcome back. I know it's been a while. I need to adjust this save just so I have Simeon with me as well as Cora. Also make Cora unkillable. Having followers is quite beneficial. One for combat, also comedy, but also it's useful when I'm testing mods, just to make sure that basically everything is nav meshed. Hello. You guys in here? Yeah, there is. Hello. Where did you go? Here? There was a guy there, right? Oh, jeez. Alright, you deal with them. I'm gonna check the computer. Weber's terminal, not really. Alright, we're going to console command. Will not work on this? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, cool. I was only a DJ. I don't make DJ picks. Unlock safe. Weber. If you're reading this, please let my wife know that my last thoughts were about her. Radars picked up an incoming ship, and the comm analysis indicates a pirate vessel. The pirates must have gotten wind of our mine shut down and decided to loot the place. It's my lives look to be here alone. My name is David Weber, an Arturian. Mining contacted me to perform a DAS sweep of this tapped out mine. I agreed to gather any data of value and wipe the reset. Document is to attest that I fulfilled my contract. Please ensure that my wife gets a copy of this document and 2 mineral surveys in the safe. One of the surveys is the marginal value, but the other pinpoints deposit of Vitinium 249. It should incentivize a train to pay their obligation. Please find the compassion to fulfill the last request on buying man and get these items into Mary's hands. I can hear engines overhead now, and I'm going to find a place to hide. My name is Dave Weber. My wife Mary lives in Athena Tower. My eternal tanks. Okay, where's your safe? Oh, fucking Aurora. Okay, we're not taking anything. It's gone. Leave before the pirates return. Uh-oh. What does that mean, to leave before they return? I'd love to fucking leave. Where's the door? So this is very dark. Not a fan. Those lights seem to produce actual zero light, no illumination, which is kind of problematic. I definitely think the mod author should take another look at how are they. The mod author using like, I know I sometimes use a flashlight mod, and if you use a flashlight mod, it probably wouldn't be too bad. But no, that's very dark, way too dark. So I know there's like certain levels of like darkness where people are okay with. Retrieve. Oh, sorry, I just unloaded and Simeon. And no, not that way. Put your mind out of the gutter. Oh, you're sending. Oh, hello there. Silly Crimson Fleet. You know who you're dealing with? I'm a professional. Come on, lower it for me.
What the heck?
Pirate Legends? What is this, fucking Sea of Thieves? God, a lot of legendaries. I hope someone oh no, that's the one weapon I don't want to fight. Yeah, well, maybe don't do it in the sleep. Maybe fucking do it normally. Right, hello? Yeah, you gotta be careful. Magstorm is one of the few weapons that will shred you on any difficulty. Gotcha. I'm going with way more ammo, you know that? Alright, oh, Sentinels, Deep Core, what? Not bad. But you, what are you carrying? Oh, you got the mineral supply, cool. This. Alright, we got a... Oh, Luna? Hell yeah. Okay, what? Activities. Alright, away we go to Luna. Alright, where are we going on the moon? We're going to a cave. Nice. It's always sad looking at Earth. Poor Earth. It tries its hardest. But it's not going to ever be habitable again. Alright. So I'm gonna just going off of the how long it's taking me on the recording. I feel like this mod, obviously if you're playing on like probably higher difficulty, probably take you about maybe an hour and a half, which is quite good. Quest is the ecliptics. Oh fuck. Alright, they're just probably generic ecliptics. Which is pretty good. I feel like maybe you could probably squeeze it out in an hour if you're playing on a lower difficulty. I feel like that's definitely good kind of bang for your buck, just quest-wise alone. So I'm impressed. Very good work so far, Winter. Now obviously the fruits of our labor is going to be a kind of a gravity device, which I'm excited to see how. Oh yeah, I forgot Luna has low gravity. Whee. I wonder, is that gravity like accurate? Obviously Earth, the gravity is of the moon is, but like, is this an accurate representation of the gravity? All right, in the cave. Hello. Fuck's sake, they're dark, dingy cave. Are we playing fucking Skyrim? We're looking for Vitinium. What does that mean, you may ask? I have no fucking idea. Search for Vitinium in the cave. What does it even look like? Copper? Argon? Silver? Rock pile? Would it be in a rock pile? Oh, it would. Nice. Alright, let me look at this. Is this new? Vitinium. Alright, return to Tanzer's lab with the Vitinium. Icarus. It's Procyon. We'll be back. Alright, we're back at his lab. We're gonna make the device. What does this do? Box. Ooh. Alright, that was fucking cool. Very cool. This is the device activating. Oh. Okay. Okay. You turn it down? Okay. The Icarus device. You've successfully finished its prototype. The protector will be mounted aboard your home ship, be reinstalled whenever your ship changes. Two new devices have been added to your inventory along with the manual of use, the Icarus controller, and the ship remote. The device in the aid section, while the manual can be found under inventory notes. Okay, so we've got new items, the controller, press complete, manual, and ship remote. So we're going to put the ship remote here. User manual. The Icarus device projects a configurable gravity bubble around the player. For the best experience, make the Icarus under 8 a favorite and use the hotkey to toggle the projector on and off. This way, you can use the device without opening your inventory. The ship remote allows you to summon your ship. You can elect to land the ship on the ground where you're standing if the terrain is flat. If terrain is irregular, you could summon the ship to hover above you. The Icarus will bring you aboard. As an alternative, you could treat boarding as a mini-game. Actively trying to maneuver yourself into the ship's bay. If you succeed, you get a small amount of experience points, possibly a weapon. The reward is leveled. The higher the level, the better reward. You have a 1 in 12 chance of getting a reward. Don't activate the device if you're in a furnished area you want to preserve. The anti-gravity bubble will send the havoc enabled items up in the air and then drop them on the floor. I prevent activation of the vehicle inside your home ship. The rest up to you. When you enter free flying mode, you can see NPCs equip their spacesuit. This is a game mechanic and kind of control via scripting or configuration. I spent many hours trying to do it. So this, to my knowledge, seems like it's basically activating 0G, very similar to what Shade did when with his boost pack mod. There is no means to control the ship's landing gear during hover, otherwise I would have retracted it. Same is true for the engine, so everything is scripted to happen during the window of time in which the engine's exhaust animation are active. The hovering sequence uses a script that coerces player movement, even though Bethesda's API does not support it. I have never seen any issue during testing, but I cannot guarantee it'll work in all situations because there may be a hardware timing sensitivities. If you find that this is not working on your device and that's a deal breaker, please contact Microsoft for a refund. My apologies if that's the case. You may sometimes receive credit for entering the landing bay during hover. This is because the AI I call determine you've entered the landing bay sometimes returns true if you are close to trigger it, even if you're not inside. Since the Icarus device shuts down the planet gravity bubble, potentially risk of injury. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to head outside. We're going to activate it real quick. Icarus. Oh. Okay. Okay, yeah, so we're basically in 0G at all time. Interesting. And obviously, just like in 0G, we can fly backwards with weapons. Alright, and then let's deactivate it. And now we're going to activate the ship controller. Right, land the ship at my coordinates, help. Land ship at my coordinates does exactly, so only use this method if you're standing on a flat area large enough to land your ship. The ship's autopilot will use the current coordinates. Hover will directly the ship to hover above you upon arrival, and then use the device embedded AI to bring you to the open landing ramp. Look towards the ship, the game will fade to black, and you will appear on board. Alternatively, you may try to fly directly in the ship's loading bay. If you succeed, you will be rewarded. Additionally, there's a 12-sided dice roll, and if you hit the correct number, you'll be rewarded. Please read. Okay, that's interesting. So we're going to, we'll do hover. Oh, the ship's going to take off and come back down, I assume. Okay, so just one thing I would note with this, because this is kind of an issue that has with a lot of these kind of mods that give you ship remotes. So the ship has to take off first and then come back down. Now, when you click the ship remote, you don't have an option to make the ship take off. I think it would be better if the mod author was to enable an option where when you exit the ship, the ship will automatically take off so that you can then use the land at my coordinates, or you have an option to just make the ship take off. Astrogate has an option where the ship will take off. I believe SKK also does. Here it comes. Now, I wonder when it means hover. How far is it going to hover? Okay, so my landing gear is on, you can see it there. It's the opposite front landing gear. The one with no thrust on it. It's coming down. Icarus device activated. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright, there we go, yeah. we just hovering? Okay, so we're just hovering. We're gonna take off and see what happens. Okay, so I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go to New Atlantis real quick. I don't know how I feel about it because obviously it's having the ship hover is very cool. Now the mod author themselves, and I've spoken to a few mod authors about this. Sorry, I have a habit of moving. I fidget. So it is obviously a limitation with the game engine where the ship will have its landing gear out. I don't believe currently they're now, I may be wrong, someone may be working on it, but I don't believe currently there is a way to have the ship's like landing gear, like engine thrusters firing off without the landing gear enabled. If that was the case, that would be phenomenal. Obviously it is not the case currently. All right, let me activate the bubble. Okay, so now we're just going to show you what happens. So obviously, they're going to put their spacesuits on. It's going to be the exact same.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. You will be Mass finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
So I'm not sure if... So, which is the device? Is there the bubble? Isn't there a bubble? Or am I... Gravity well? Gravity wave, grav dash, anti-gravity field. What does this do? This... Oh, shit. Shit. Whoopsie, we'll be back. Right, we're back. Let me activate my Icarus again. So I think it's quite cool. Obviously, this is offering a kind of a lore, like a lore-friendly way to kind of have, like, zero-G.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security.
The fact that it says, like, it creates a bubble, I don't know how difficult it would be to actually have a bubble around the player, like, you know, like a very light, kind of distorted bubble. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to test the landing feature on something that's somewhat flat, and then we're going to check it on Xbox. I'm on PC currently. I don't seem to have an issue. Do land on my coordinates. I don't seem to have an issue with the movement and stuff. I have a Ryzen 7700 and a 47 Super, and it seems to perform pretty adequately for me. Interesting. Wait a minute, hold the phone. That didn't take off first. Now obviously it's going to sink to the ground a little bit. Interesting. Hold on. So when I've done this in the past, usually what happens, because New Atlantis is all technically one, like, cell, you know, unless you go inside, when I've tried to do this before, it would make the ship... So that's my ship. Where's my ship? My ship's over near the lodge. Where the fuck is the lodge? Lately blind. Alright, my ship's over there. So let me activate it again and make it hover. Is it gonna come straight to me, or is it gonna take off first? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So the mod author has actually managed to... So I've tested other mods in the past, and like I was saying, usually with SKK or Astrogate, the ship would have to physically take off and then, like, come back. Now, obviously this is not the case with this mod. As long as you're not near the ship will just come in, which, what I said earlier about kind of the ship taking off, that's obviously not 100% necessary. Obviously, it would be kind of necessary if, say, for instance, you were to... if you were to, like, use the ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to land the ship real quick. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna swap to Xbox real quick. So I'm going to just land the ship in New Atlantis, and we will be right back. All right, so I loaded the proper save. Let us save. Now I don't know if you can hear it. Again, the audio is... I don't know if you can hear that. Swapping between first person and third person effectively breaks the audio. Now, I only have this mod installed, and there is always a possibility that it just may be a bug, but I have never experienced this bug in all of my playing. Yeah, so I think that's being picked up, so swapping between first person and third person just kills the audio. That alone makes this mod completely unplayable on Xbox. I'm going to try, we're going to test the, first of all, we're going to test the Icarus controller. Okay, so I am playing on, just to confirmation, I'm playing on 60 FPS and prioritizing performance. Now the mod itself seems to work a-okay. Swapping to first person and back to third person. Also, there is a weird, let me disable this. There is like a weird audio. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like I was saying before, it sounds like I'm in constant constant 0G. And I can't, yeah, it's, the audio in this mod is absolutely fucked on Xbox. We'll try the ship landing very quickly. I'm going to look away from the ship. So one thing I will say, and obviously Winter says in his description that like, oh, if your, if your PC can't, or if your system can't run it, he's sorry, but just ask for a refund. Now, Winter, if you're watching this, and any mod author is watching this, you can make mods for PC, fair, but when you make mods in the creation, I would say 70 to 80% of the people using those mods are going to be console players. So when you make a paid mod, your primary audience is going to be console players. If you don't want to include the mod on console, for whatever reason, with a paid mod, I think it's absurd, but it ultimately is your choice. But if you are making a paid mod and it is on both console and PC, it is your obligation to check to make sure the mod works functionally on Xbox. PC is a completely different kettle of fish, obviously depending on the PC, but Xbox is your primary thing. And I have no sound at all. The sound has, and my game crashed. No? Yeah. This mod is unplayable on PC, and it is an absolute travesty. Or, sorry, this mod, I apologize. This mod is unplayable on console, and is an absolute travesty that Bethesda allowed this mod to exist. It's a cool concept on a decent... That's also a problem. What? Did they not test what? Did he not fucking test what would happen if the player exits their fucking ship? I apologize. I said I would come in here non-biased. As somebody who has been a console gamer my entire life, and I do play PC, when I see stuff like this, it angers me. Like, Winter, if you're watching this, or if anybody has noticed, and I've been very critical of Winter's mods in the past, because prior when I used to test them, I only test them on PC. And one of the mods failed to work in most of the circumstances I tested, and the other mod was basically a glorified script, simple script that he was trying to sell, or they. This is deplorable. I'm just going to really quickly check. One sec. Okay, I just checked. Yes, this does in fact... Why... I was going to see this idiot me. I was going to double check it. It is available for Xbox, completely negating the fact that I am actually testing it on Xbox. But this is not acceptable by any standard. This swapping between first and third person completely shits. The game shits a brick. What the fuck is this? This is unacceptable. Like, first of all, I've said this hundreds of times. I don't know if my game has crashed. I don't think it's crashed. It hasn't. I've said this dozens of times. If you're making a paid mod, forgive the kind of the lack of pleasantries. I do apologize if the audio is shitting a brick. If you're making a paid mod that's going to exist on Xbox, buy a fucking Xbox. Test it on a fucking Xbox. Don't expect people to pay you money for a fucking mod you don't actually test. And Bethesda, I love ye guys to bits. How the fuck did this get past QA? Swapping between first and third person fucking freezes my fucking game. What is this? €3 fucking for a mod that can fucking crash my system? No, thank you. So, that being said, apologies for the irateness, but I feel like over the past several months of kind of testing mods and stuff, the mods that clearly are cash grabs or poor attempts at modding have just kind of gotten to me. On PC, my game just completely crashed. We'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I'm on a different save on Xbox. The mod has not been enabled on this save, and look at that. I can swap between first and third person, and the game doesn't shit itself. So, outburst aside, if this mod had only released on PC, and the mod author made it very clear that, you know, the whole stuff about the rig, I could kind of understand it if it was a free mod. The fact that it's a paid mod is not, it just makes it unacceptable. The quest is fun and the lore is quite good, but ultimately that's completely irrelevant when, like, the base point of this mod is to add 2 new features, which, to be completely honest, look, I don't know the first thing when it comes to modding. I've always said that. But the system of the system for the 0G, I'm not trying to claim that Shaded kind of, you know, is the sole proprietor to that mod. There may be other mods to it. And there has also been other mods that have allowed the ships to take off and land. Hovering has not been one, primarily because of how funky it looks. But realistically, what this looks like to me is yet another attempt to cash in on systems that have already been implemented in the game as both paid and free mods, but kind of putting your own spin on it and kind of making it lore friendly. Now look, like I said, no mod author to my knowledge owns like the sole rights to the mod. Like, I'm assuming someone could come out and make a version of Shaded's jetpack mod, as long as it wasn't like directly stolen by them or, you know, by a mod author. Again, I'm assuming that. If somebody wants to let me know, you know, by all means. But yeah, I came in here initially, was hopeful. You'll see throughout the quest I did enjoy it, but ultimately, yet again, it just falls short. I think that Bethesda need to get far better at their QA, first of all, to allow this to go through. But even before that, if you're going to be making a paid mod, first of all, put it on Xbox. That's going to be your primary player base. Put it on both, obviously. And 2, if you're going to make a paid mod, buy a Series X or an S, or at the very least, have a friend that can test the mod for you. You're charging money for a service, you know? That's pretty much been it. I apologize once again about the outburst. I don't mean anything like directly, like I'm not trying to directly hate on you, Winter, as a person, but your practice with modding and your paid mods I am not a fan of, And despite me being not a fan of, if you keep making paid mods, I will keep covering them with the primary intent of to see if you actually learn your lesson and stop trying to half-arse things with these cash grabs or broken messes, or if you're still doing your shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. And catch you in the next one. Peace.